Ever cut a VCarve inlay that looks great in simulation but fits too loose or too tight on the CNC? You're not alone. Dialing in those toolpath parameters for the VCarve Inlay Toolpath is where most makers struggle when using a tapered ball nose bit. Today we're going to break down the three formulas that control your inlay fit: pocket depth, glue gap, and surface gap, so that you can predict the results before you even hit start. Alfonso620 asks a great question about his Amana numbers 46473 tapered ball nose bit. He noticed his plug goes in too far and wanted to know how to adjust the glue gap and surface gap to make the inlay thicker. He used my settings for this bit from a previous video and wanted to fine-tune the settings. He is on the right track to solving the issue, but I wanted to clarify the methodology a little deeper. So let's get at it. When you use the VCarve Inlay Toolpath, you're cutting two parts: the pocket, the female side, and the plug, the male side. The fit depends on three measurements. Pocket depth, which I'll annotate as D, glue gap, annotated as G, which is the space between the bottom of the plug and the bottom of the pocket, and surface gap, which is denoted with an S, and is the space between the top of the plug and the top of the surface of the pocket. These are the parameters that are required in VCarve Inlay Toolpaths, but when you're using a tapered ball nose bit configured as a V-bit, these parameters are not the only considerations that you have. We tricked the toolpath into accepting our tapered ball nose bit by configuring it as a V-bit because there's not an actual angled point, such as on a 60-degree V-bit. There is some depth lost in the cut due to the radius. Pocket depth minus glue gap plus surface gap equals pocket depth plus expected glue gap. For the expected glue gap, I use either 1.0 or 1.5 millimeters, 0.040 inches, or 0.059 inches, depending on the bit. This is your baseline formula, the one Vectric VCarve Inlay Toolpaths can accept with tapered ball nose bits. It ensures your plug fits snugly with just enough clearance for glue and sanding. If your inlay fits perfectly, this is the formula you're already hitting for your bit. Remember though, every bit has to be tested independently. In our example, we have 6 millimeters minus 4 millimeters plus 5.5 millimeters, which equals 6 millimeters plus the 1.5 millimeters. You can check this by hovering your cursor over the VCarve inlay plug that's generated and looking at the max depth of the plug. It will match the pocket depth plus the expected glue gap. In the case of a loose fit, your plug is going in too far. To tighten it up, increase both the glue gap and the surface gap incrementally. That raises the plug slightly and thickens the inlay. The formula we will use is pocket depth minus the glue gap, which is increased, plus the surface gap increased, to equal the pocket depth plus the expected glue gap. For example, we can increase the glue gap and surface gap from 4 millimeters and 5.5 millimeters to 4.25 millimeters and 5.75 millimeters. You don't have to make huge changes here. If the inlay is really loose, use a larger increment. If the inlay is only a little loose, use only a small increment when needed. Instead of a 1 millimeter increment, let's try something like 0.3 of a millimeter to increase instead. We are really trying to dial in after all, and using too large of an increment can cause us to miss the perfect mark. When the plug sits too high or won't seat fully, the fit is too tight. To fix it, we're going to decrease the glue gap and surface gap incrementally. That lowers the plug and lets it seat flush. The formula we'll use for that is pocket depth minus the glue gap decreased plus the surface gap decreased equals pocket depth plus the expected glue gap. For example, we can decrease the glue gap and surface gap from 4 millimeters and 5.5 millimeters to 3.75 millimeters and 5.25 millimeters. Again, you don't have to make massive changes in these if the plug was already close to seating properly. Using Alfonso620's numbers, we have a pocket depth of 6 millimeters, a glue gap of 4 millimeters, and a surface gap of 5.5 millimeters, which fits in the formula as shown on screen. The inlay was just a little bit loose, so we will adjust the numbers by increasing the glue gap to 4.25 millimeters and the surface gap to 5.75 millimeters. Now the plug fitment can be tested again. If it's still too loose, we're going to increase the glue gap and surface gap again in a small amount, and meeting with the formula of our pocket depth minus the glue gap plus surface gap equals pocket depth plus expected glue gap. So Alfonso 620, great question. You're thinking exactly like a pro. Remember, every perfect inlay starts with the math. Use these formulas, tweak your gaps, and you'll get flawless fits every time. If this helped you dial in your toolpaths, hit the like, subscribe, hype the video, and drop your own CNC questions below. I might feature you in the next video. Here's a link to the full videos for both metric and imperial inlays fully tested. If you haven't before, watch them now. We'll see you next time.